Name's Jamie Hughes, and he's going to talk us all through waftery fishing and what happens. Yeah, we started, mate.
Musical start. That's different, isn't it? Richard never let us have a musical
we'd
start.
Have to, like, double take, but we're one take Tony's, Jamie.
We are, but anyway, we're together for Sonubaits Day, and we're going to have an instructional one.
Yes, I can't wait for this, folks.
Because it has been very, very much. I've done lots on it this year of like waftery type fishing on method feeders, and I want to explain.
You have, but I don't think you can show it too much, though, mate, because it's so relevant, especially now with the time of year as well, when it's starting to go a little bit pungy cold.
It's going cold, isn't it? No shallow fishing. What are you going to do?
Retire.
Anyway,
yeah.
We want to go through today using wafters correctly, because it's not just a case of putting it on a hook. It's not about the hook bait with a wafter. Yeah, but it's. I could have done this on my own, Jay. It'd have been nice and easy on my own, and I'd have taught them lots.
Come on,
anyway,
I want to learn. Come on.
Right, it's about using the wafter in the correct way, because it's not just a hook bait that can be put on any hook, or it shouldn't be, because to get the most beneficial use out of the product, to do what it needs to do, it needs to be used with the correct hook, doesn't it?
Yes.
For each size of wafter, depending on the buoyancy of each wafter as well.
Yeah, like that.
You need to have a look at them all. So, how am I going to do this? I'm going to show you the right way and the right sizes of hooks to be using for each wafter. I've got 2 to 4 mil. No, 2 to 10 mil. 2, 4, 6, 8 mil. 2, 4. What have I got? I haven't got any 2s. I'm lying.
4, 6, 8 and 10,
I've got 4,
Jamie.
6, 8 and 10 mil. So I've got
here,
each wafter to show you. Should we go big? No, I'm going to go little to start.
Yeah,
I'm going to go little.
Because once you've gone big, Jay, you've got to go home.
So anyway, first up, I have got the micro wafters. So what we'll call them 4 mils, yeah?
Yeah.
They're a bit littler, but we're going to call them 4 mils. For them to work as a wafter, obviously they have to be used on a little hook.
Small hooks, yeah.
Yeah. What you don't want to be, in fact, I'm going to show you that first.
Go ahead.
What I don't want to be doing, I'm going to go big. I'm going to go with big hook on.
That's an 8 mil.
No, I'm going to go massive. I'm going to go
10,
massive.
What,
So
10 mils?
I'm going to get rid of the 10 mil, and on a 10 mil, I've got a size 12 big aldock. And if I put a little one, so I'm going to put a 6 mil on a 12.
Right.
Which looks great. Yes, you catch fish on it, but it's not working the best way it can, because with a wafter, it needs to waft. Or it always will waft, but what you need is the hook to be sort of counterbalancing the buoyancy of the wafter,
yeah,
and holding it down nice. Not like a flipping anchor.
Yeah.
You don't want a big anchor, because it's a wafter's whole purpose is to be taken in easier by the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah? So they can suck it in, it goes in easier. Yeah. If not, then you might as well put a sinking one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to get that fish to suck it in easy. If your hook is completely getting rid of that, then what's the point? You just put a sinking one on. But yeah, so with a 6 mil with a big heavy lump of metal, in that case it's a 12 medium gauge wire hook. I think that's one of our MXC3s. Sinks like a brick.
Yes.
And holds it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I can literally, I can move that and see it's not even leaving the bottom.
No, you're not even getting property.
Yeah, it is anchored. You might as well put a flipping sinking one on. Yeah. And the fish could actually avoid that, because when it sucks, there's that much weight in your hook, it could potentially not leave the bottom. Yeah, it's holding it down on the bottom too much. It won't come in easy. It won't aid the wafter to do what it needs to do. Yeah. So you've got to use the right size hook
and if
for each wafter.
Out with your pile of bait as well, you know what I mean? They're not going to pick it up.
Well, to be fair, that'd actually hold in your pile of bait phenomenally.
Yeah,
but if the fish sucks it from without putting its head on it, you could. It's just not making the wafter work properly. So what I want to show is the size of hook required, pretty much.
For this size of bait.
For each wafter. Yeah, so first, start with a little one, and as you'd expect, that wants a nice little hook. So all the hooks that we're using, because of the nature of the way you're fishing them, yeah, pretty much, definitely for the 6, 8s and 10s, it's at least a medium gauge wire hook.
Yeah.
Because you're pulling, it's a rod, you're going to pull hard, you can't fish light gauge. No. Maybe with these little bad boys, you could fish a little bit lighter.
Well, you'd be on softer rods, wouldn't you? Be on lighter rods, like maybe 10-foot bomb rods and stuff like that.
Yeah, you've got a chance with the little diddy ones. Yeah. Like in that case, I've stolen one of yours, and that we've got an 18 kkm on.
Hooks, folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to retire, but let's not go there. Yeah, that's got an 18 medium gauge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I could even probably get away with an MXC6 on that. Whatever, just a light gauge wire you could potentially use, but it's still heavy enough. You see, when I put that in, oh, not if he sits on the water like that. See how it sinks so slow?
Yeah, beautiful.
It's lovely, but the hook isn't bossing it. Like if I give it a little waft, if I give the wafter a waft, see how easy it moves?
Yeah.
It moves about really, it's not anchored. Little one's probably the easiest ones to use. Just put a nice little 18 medium gauge wire on. See how it's just sitting up lovely?
It just looks so natural, Jay, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Obviously the fish comes into it, it's not sort of anchored on the bottom like it would a sinker.
Yeah.
It looks natural, so the fish is going to have it.
It just looks right. But if I'm honest, with the little ones, with the type of fish you're going to catch them, because you're going to catch smaller fish, I don't think it's as important. Yeah, it working perfectly.
Anyway.
Little ones are hungry. It's when you get this next one above, these are the sexy ones that have to be right.
Ready.
So next up, 6mm wafter.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to work. I'll put a nice fresh one on him. 6mm wafter, as you'd expect, we've got 16 on that. 16 medium gauge wire. Yeah, just going to bite that loop off because that seems to be holding it up. And you see when it goes in, watch when it goes in, it doesn't sink like a brick. It settles nice. So the hook settles first on the bottom, lovely.
Yeah.
Then the wafter just settles nicely above it. If I get that way on Jakey, we see him nice. See, it goes down lovely and slow. Yeah. So the wafter, it's not sitting up, but it nearly wants to. Same again, if I waft him about, he's not anchored. See how he's really going nice, but the hook holds it back in place.
Yeah, man.
So it's enough to hold on my pile, but as soon as the carpy sucks it,
he's on.
It's going in. So yes, 6mm, 16 ideally.
Yeah.
So 16 medium gauge wire is perfect for them. Next up, an 8mm. Yeah, and it's quite a big in this. Yeah, big old wafter.
That's a proper hook and all that, Jay.
Got a 14 on. I put a 14 MXC3 on.
Good.
So what would you use? Not the KKMs, KKHs?
Yeah, KKH or even an MCM or something like that. 14's MCM.
Little bit heavier again. Bit of a.
Yeah,
that's a bit of a heavier gauge than what the 16 is.
Yeah.
We'll say 14, size 14 hook for a 8mm wafter. My hook clamps are getting all in the way. I should have just had the hook. See, same again.
Oh.
Beautifully slow. Dumph, dumph.
That
stays in place. You can see how they sink. But that is as well, that's what we're talking about. That is how you're testing them. Yeah, for me, when I put my wafter on, because yes, no matter what wafters you have, they can deviate a tiny bit. Often you get one little bad boy in that batch that wants to sink or wants to be a hook. It happens. It's such a hard product to get perfect all the way through. Do you know what I mean? You get it as close as, but you get an anomaly.
So you've got like a little baby tub of water you're testing them?
Yeah, always.
Like
Always. I'll drop it in and just see what my wafter does.
I like that.
Yeah, if it goes, boom.
It's a right tip. That I like that, Jay. You've not
Nice
told me that before.
That's not one of mine. That's one of the feeder gods that have come up with that, isn't it? But anyway, last off, and we get the big angry one. This will be your.
Like a Boddington's one. No,
Andy's F1 rig.
F1.
I know you would. I was just going to say that. Last off, obviously big carpy bait, but dead standard to what people would use for.
That's a right in that, yeah.
Big carp fishing, and we got size 12 on. Big lump of metal, big heavy gauge wire, because you need it. Yeah, big heavy fish. With a bait like that, you ain't cranking an F1 in.
No.
You shorten that hook length again so it doesn't hold it. And watch, as it goes in again, it doesn't go in like a brick. It goes in beautifully.
Know what you're on about, you, don't you?
And that one's even a bit too wafty. Like, see, I've checked it, it's a bit too. So what I do with that one, little tip this one as well. Still working beautifully. Just give it a little squeeze.
So it's literally like you would an expander, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little tiny. And I'll do that in my tub, just get it all right. And then if I have a look at it now, it goes down a little bit quicker. Beautiful. Yeah.
Mate, you're on it.
So it holds nice, it's still holding me. But it's matching the hook to the right one. Because see, if I tried to use that wafter with that hook, a size 12, with a little wafter with a 6 or that, it'd be too anchored, it'd be too nasty. And vice versa, if you did it the other way around, a little hook with a big wafter, let me just show that, it's worth showing that. So if I go to a 16 with a big wafter, where's a big wafter? I'm probably gonna pick one that sinks like a brick now and makes me look a wally. But it should be really, really floaty. See? It's too light.
Right, too light.
Yeah, almost too light for what it is.
Instant DQ floating baits.
Yeah, but it is, isn't it? You can get it to sink, don't get me wrong, a bit of a squeeze and it goes down.
Yeah.
But it's just too waftery.
Yeah.
You need that anchorage just to keep it where you want it, so it's all sexy.
Yes.
And ultimately, your wafters are working. Wafters are working well.
Jamie, just before you go, put us a muck lemons in there, mate. You know what I mean? I'm having awesome that, Jay.
Do you like that?
Yeah, lovely.
There you go, instructional.